Hey guys, Brandon here from Airsoft 19. First off, I just have to apologize from the time I unboxed this gun to the time that I am making this video, the final video for it. I've been lazy really, and I've just been shooting it a lot, which is good. I prefer to have a time gap from the time I unbox it to the time I kind of review and put my thoughts out there just so I could get used to it. So I unboxed it, I'm not even sure, probably about half a month ago, something like that, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Put all the upgrades that I said I would put in there. The only upgrade I bought really was just the Mad Bull barrel, which fit perfectly. Then I kind of screwed up when I tried to take the orange tip off because there's a set screw this time, and I tried to take that off and I kind of damaged the threading. So no adapter, no suppressor adapter, thread adapter would fit in there anymore. And if I tried to put the orange tip back in, it would get this barrel, even with the good barrel spacers I put in there, it would get the barrel and push it up. So it would be way off target at 100 feet. It would probably shoot 50 feet up in the air, and that's not the hop up. That's just simply because the barrel is pointed up. So just because of that, and like I said, the Mad Bull barrel's in there perfectly, and it's actually shooting unbelievably accurate with that barrel. The Mad Bull 6.01 455mm for the MK96 type. That fits in here, no problem. Took me just a couple minutes to learn the gun, and to put it in there took no time at all. So what I did, just so you couldn't really see all the, the inside of the outer barrel and stuff like that, I just put electric tape going over it, stuff like that, and then wrapped it around here, and then punctured a little hole in there, and then shot the gun a couple times to make the to make it a nice hole right here, and then I got the tape and put it on the sides. I don't know if you can see it too well. But yeah, it looks fine. The inner barrel is protected and no dirt is going to be getting in the outer barrel. That's all I really wanted. As far as the barrel spacers, I put the stock ones in just about right here and here, which are horrible, but I put them in there anyway. And then I made my own barrel spacers. I tried to do the hot wax method and it worked, and then I need to get the barrel back out. So what I did, I put 2 more barrel spacers with electric tape. Took up a lot of tape. But basically what I did, I just kept on wrapping around the inner barrel with a bunch of electric tape right here and right here, just about, or actually a little bit at the end of it right here, just for the max accuracy, good balance. And I put it to where it was too much tape to fit in the gun, and one layer, I peeled it one layer at a time until it was a perfect snug fit. And now that inner barrel is in there and it's not going anywhere. So it's really snug. That's the most consistent your airsoft gun is ever going to get with the 6.01 and basically that really snug inner barrel. So again, my goals with this gun were to make it accurate, consistent, very quiet, and follow-up shots really smooth with the smooth bolt. And I did Loctite the screw like I said I would. The screw that holds the hop-up unit, not the screw that adjusts the hop-up, but the screw that holds the hop-up unit in place. Put just a little bit of Loctite, just enough to where it will hold itself in place and not unscrew. But not so much to where if you needed to take it out you couldn't. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I'll probably make a video later. But anyway, doing that made this action super smooth. I don't know if getting on video is not going to do it justice, but it's pretty quiet, even pulling it back as well. Real smooth. And just put it back. And of course the sound's not going to be the same on the camera, but this thing's real quiet, even inside with a blank. With BBs outside, this thing is really silent. I don't need a suppressor to dampen the sound at all. It's just fine. So I kept the bipod on there. It's not that bad. If you need a bipod, then it's really better than nothing. If you just have to make sure it's snug in there. But with the way I play, this isn't really a full-out sniper for me. It's kind of like a bolt-action DMR. It's a little bit more closer range sniping, a little bit more fast-paced because it's really smooth on the bolt. So I don't need a bipod. And I figured out that when I was sniping on Sunday, 90% of the time I was either on my knee or standing up, and then that probably more like 5% of the time I'll be prone, and I didn't even need a bipod in that position. So what else did I do to this gun? Obviously I painted it like I said I would. Hopefully you guys like it. It's basically the same as the G700G, just a little bit more OD green. I also put the Gammo scope on here that came with the pellet gun I got a few years ago actually, and just painted that as well. Kept the zoom thing, the the scope rings black. So what else did I do to it? I'm just trying to think real quick. Not too much I could say about it. I left the trigger assembly and the grip black, kind of like a paint job with some black accents, like I usually do. I feel like I was gonna say something, not too sure. Oh yeah, when I was airsofting Sunday, this bolt was starting to come really loose, so I tightened it for in the meantime. But I'm probably gonna have to Loctite that in as well because this bolt was pretty loose. But it was a quick little tighten up. I just had to find a Allen key. So last time I shot this was Sunday, and it was with .3s, and the hop up, from what I remember, was just a little bit low. It was going a good 150 to 200 feet, and I like 200 to 200 feet, maybe even 300, but that's a little outstretched for airsoft. But that's from last time I shot it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the zoom in on a tree, probably about 150 to 200 feet away, and see what happens. I forgot if I liked the hop up adjustment where it was last. I forgot if I liked it or not. We'll just have to see. So I still am planning on putting some plastic rails on here for looks, and I guess to put some kind of laser if I need to. I'm not doing too many night games right now, so not too necessary. But I did hand this gun over to a couple of my friends or a couple of buddies that were airsofting with me on Sunday, and told them to pull the bolt back and everything just to see what they say. And right when they pull it back, you just see the reaction. They're like, "That's a really smooth bolt." Out of the box, that was not the case, but I mean, I would put the smooth bolt on Echo1's part because all I did was just screw it in at the right amount and Loctite it. So that's about it, and this thing is super smooth, super accurate, consistent, everything I wanted in an airsoft gun. It's right here. I did want to lower FPS, but you know, I didn't notice it going too fast to where it would be swerving like crazy. And right now, loaded up with .3s, getting ready to shoot. .3s from Mad Bull are working perfectly. I used .3s from another company, they were fine too. .3s is the perfect balance for this thing once you adjust the hop up. Shoots well over 200 feet, maybe 250 feet, maybe even more, probably more for sure. And has consistent accuracy, and whenever someone was close enough and I shot them for over 150 feet, I would hear a good flick on their vest. So it packs the punch. .3s are definitely the BBs to use. I have not tried .28s yet, but if it's a much lighter on the wind kind of day, like not too much wind, I'll probably try out the .28s. When I went Sunday, and right now it's actually pretty windy. Last time I went outside it was pretty windy. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a couple rounds for you guys. Oh, one thing that I just remembered what I was gonna say. I was actually wearing my ghillie suit for just one of the rounds, but then I realized it was pretty hot. And even without that, I realized that the sling that was in the back will get snagged on a lot of stuff, like your ghillie suit, your vest, stuff like that. So I simply removed it. I'm not going to be putting a sling on this thing. So yeah, other than that, I guess we'll just get shooting. So I'm just going to shoot out the window. I don't have the 200mm lens. I believe this one just goes out to 135, so it'll be good enough. But hopefully you guys can see the BBs, and so I'm just going to redirect the camera to a tree down there. Hopefully I like where the hop up's at, and hopefully it's shooting really good. So let's just get to it. Alright guys, so I redirected the camera, and I'm going to be going for the tree down there. And there's just that little branch in the way, so I'm going to be aiming for just about right on this part of the tree, just where that, just above, or just that top piece of the shadow, basically, if you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm just going to go for the tree, and hopefully you guys can see the BBs flying. They're white, and it's kind of bright where the tree is. But other than that, let's just crack open the window. Alright. And load the gun up. Hopefully you guys can, sorry about the window. Alright. Hopefully you guys get an idea of what I'm trying to aim for. Hopefully you guys can see the BB, that's basically all I'm concerned about. But I haven't shot the gun since Sunday, so the bucking might be kind of not broken in right now, but we'll shoot the first one off, see what happens. Oh, that was actually going exactly where I wanted it to until it hit a branch. Perfect. And again, I never actually measured this, but just with the scopes and like range estimation, I would guess this is about 150 to 200 feet, maybe more. Hit the branch again. I think I have to adjust the scope. It's going higher than the crosshairs. Perfect. I really hope you guys can see the BBs. Hit the branch again. Now I'm going to have to adjust the scope real soon. Swung left just a little bit. I would imagine that's the wind. I think the wind died down since that last one out. Perfect. It's a good 3 or 4 in a row right there. Just a little bit on the left. Now I'm going to try to aim on the lower part just to see if it helps with the you guys seeing the BB. I'm going to aim for the lower shadow. It's a harder target since it's skinnier than the top piece. Yeah, I can't feel the wind from here, but the BBs are slightly kind of going left after about 150 feet. That one went straight. I tried to prepare for the wind, but I guess it died down by that shot. That one pretty straight right there. It's a good hit. Ah, man. Guess that wind went a little bit to the left. Alright, so very consistent. The only thing I can't prepare for is the wind because I cannot feel it from here. But it's very consistent. So yeah, we'll just move to a closer target. And I'm really hoping you guys can see the BBs fly. But just to get the consistency, just to show you guys the consistency, we're going to shoot at a closer target. Actually, those trees are pretty light right now as well. So you guys might not be able to see the BBs fly. I'm going to try to move it to a closer target and one lit or not lit up with the sun so you guys could get an idea of where the BBs are going. Alright, I think this tree will do for now, but it's the Y-shaped tree on the right. And it's in the shade, so my guess is you should be able to see the BBs better. And I'm going to try to go where all 3 different parts of the tree kind of meet up, just that center part. This right here has to be about maybe 100 feet, maybe about 90 to 100 feet. Maybe more, so we'll just put a couple shots down there and see what happens. Oops, sorry. Went right over it. Now I'm going to adjust a little bit. Dead on. Hopefully you guys can see that. A little to the right, but it's a hit. Little left. It's starting to go a little high. Again, I have to adjust the scope real soon. There we go. Started going a little left right there. And that's the sound of we're out of BBs. Hopefully you guys can see that. I won't know until I start editing the video. But that's just for now to give you guys an idea of the consistency. Oh, and there probably will be some more accuracy test videos later down the road. But for now, thank you guys for watching and have a good day.